Hello students, let's start again. Last day we have finished with aerial animals, so today we will start from that. We all know that aerial animals can fly in the sky and they spend the most of their lifetime in the sky. So we will call it at flight adaptation. So let us know what are the special features for flight adaptation in aerial animals. So at first we will start with birds. Okay. So birds have some special features for flying in the sky. First one, they has very large breast, and this breast can help them to control their feathers in the sky. Okay, so the first adaptation is what? They have large breast, which helps them to control their feathers in the sky. Number two, birds have very light-weighted bones. Okay, light-weighted bones, how? Because the bones have air sacs. Okay, they can sac the airs in the bones so that their weight becomes very light and they can easily get in the air. So this is the number two adaptation. Now come to the third is it has feathers. We all know that birds have feathers. We can find it at the end of wings and tail. So the wing feather helps them to support their weight in the sky when they are flying. Okay, so what is the function of wings feather? Wings feathers function is to support their weight when they are flying in the sky. Okay, and the tail feather prevent them from tilting in the air. Okay, when they are flying, so that they can't tilt in the air, this tail feather helps them. Okay, so these are the adaptation, or you can say the flight adaptation in the birds. Now come to the second, flight adaptation in insects. Insects like the honeybees, the butterflies. Okay, honeybees actually has two pairs of wings, and they stroke the wings very fast, incredibly fast, like 200 beats per second. You can imagine how fast it is. So that's why when a honeybee comes or enters into our room, then you can listen a sound when they are flying. So this is the sound, because they can stroke their wings 200 times per second. Okay, and the honeybee can fly at a height of 6 miles, and they can fly at a speed of 15 miles per hour. You can imagine it. Okay, 15 miles per hour, that means it is very fast. And how this adaptation helps a bee? It helps to look all the flowers when they are collecting the nectar from the flowers. Honeybees actually what they are doing? They actually collecting the nectars from the flowers and make honey. Okay, so this adaptation is for collecting the nectar from flowers, so that they can look at the whole flowers at a time. So that's why they can go at a height of 6 miles. Okay, now come to the butterfly. Butterfly, you can see that butterfly have very large scaly feathers. Okay, because of the large feathers, they can't fly at very high distance. It only helps them to fly from one flower to another flower. They are also collecting the nectars from flowers. Okay, so this was flight adaptation in the insects. Now come to the bats. Flight adaptation in bats. You all have seen the bats, and you can see they have a variety of skeleton adaptation. Okay, this is the only mammal which can fly. They don't have the skeleton like other mammals, and they don't have the skeleton like birds. They have a different skeleton. So this adaptation happens for their special habitat, because this mammal can fly in the sky. Okay, like the birds, they also have light-weighted bones. Okay, they have air sacs in the bones. So this was the adaptation for bats and insects and birds. So today I'm ending with this aerial animals. So let's see you again in the next video. Thank you all.